Millions of years ago, the Megalodon shark was one of the scariest creatures to ever lurk in our seas. And even before that, the Mosasaurus reigned supreme, terrorizing every ocean creature in sight. Both these creatures were the apex predators in their separate eras. But what would happen if they had lived during the same time and fought? Before we begin our main event, let's look at the tail of the tape. Weighing in at 60 tons, 66 tons, you have the Megalodon. This giant shark is 25 m in length, 82 feet, and swims up to 17 meters per second to 55 feet per second. Watch out for its bite, as it has a force of 278,000 kilopascals, 40,000 psi. The Mosasaur is disadvantaged in almost every aspect. It's shorter by 5 meters, 16 feet, it's about 1/4 of the Megalodon's weight, and it has only about half of the bite power of the Megalodon's mighty jaws. But will the Mosasaur be able to make up for it with its increased maneuverability? Let's find out. The Megalodon begins by hunting for its prey. Since it never had any foes, it will be the initial aggressor in this battle. The Megalodon's hunting style relies on sneaking up beneath its prey and quickly attacking. The shark spots the Mosasaur near the top of the water, since that's where it mostly hunts its prey. The Mosasaur, as a reptile, also comes up for air every hour. The Megalodon approaches the Mosasaur, but as it begins to open its mouth, the Mosasaur is able to dodge it. This is because, unlike the Megalodon, the Mosasaur has defensive traits. Although it was the apex predator in its time, Mosasaurs would also hunt each other. This means the Mosasaur knows how to fight. And with that skill, it's just able to narrowly dodge the Megalodon's initial attack. Right now, the Megalodon is confused. After all, it never had to win any sort of battle, unlike the Mosasaur. This is a rude awakening for the shark. As the Megalodon is confused, the Mosasaur is able to sneak away quickly. Using its defensive traits, the Mosasaur uses this time to find some cover, in hopes of getting the upper hand on the Megalodon. The Mosasaur's forward-facing eyes make it easy to spot the Megalodon. This means the Mosasaur has binocular vision, like a bird. As the Mosasaur stays in hiding, it waits for the Megalodon to get close enough. Finally, it strikes. Since the Megalodon's body is far too big for the Mosasaur to bite, the Mosasaur attacks one of the Megalodon's fins. And despite the Megalodon being such a massive, intimidating creature, the Mosasaur is able to chew through it quite easily. That's because the Megalodon is made out of soft tissue and cartilage. The only hard part of its body is its teeth. As the Mosasaur bites into the shark's fin, the Mosasaur might expect the Megalodon to either retreat or die. But since the Megalodon shark is so massive, it won't give up just yet. With the Mosasaur chomping on its fin, the Megalodon knows where the reptile is. At this point, the Mosasaur is trying to swim away. And it can swim as fast as it wants to, but despite being injured, the Megalodon is faster and will be able to catch the Mosasaur. The Megalodon opens its mouth and quickly chomps down on the Mosasaur. And oh! The Mosasaur is down for the count. And the new champion of the seas is the Megalodon. Unfortunately, the Megalodon won't be able to comment for its post-fight interview. That's because this win wasn't without consequences. The Megalodon took quite a beating, more than it ever experienced before. Depending on how bad the bite is, the shark may bleed out. But if it manages to survive, it will continue on, being the one true apex predator of the ocean. Now that the Megalodon shark has won this battle, I wonder how it would fare against humans? But we'll leave that story for another what if. Sure. Here's a longer version with the same content, expanded to provide more detail and depth without skipping anything. Millions of years ago, the Megalodon shark was one of the scariest and most formidable creatures to ever roam the seas. With its massive size and powerful bite, it ruled the oceans during its reign. Even before the Megalodon, the Mosasaur was a terrifying predator that reigned supreme, terrorizing every ocean creature that crossed its path. These two apex predators were the top of their food chains in their respective eras, but one can't help but wonder, what would happen if these two legendary creatures had lived during the same time and fought for dominance? Imagine a battle of the titans, an epic clash between two of the ocean's most fearsome creatures. But before we dive into the hypothetical showdown, let's take a closer look at the tail of the tape, comparing the two monstrous creatures. Weighing in at a staggering 60 tons, 66 tons, the Megalodon is an absolute giant in the ocean. This terrifying shark spans an impressive 25 meters in length, 82 feet, and is capable of reaching speeds of up to 17 meters per second, 55 feet per second. But what really makes the Megalodon such a deadly predator is its bite force, which is nothing short of mind-blowing. With a bite force of 278,000 kilopascals, 40,000 psi, it can crush through almost anything in its path. On the other hand, the Mosasaur, while also a fearsome predator, is at a disadvantage in nearly every physical aspect. The mosasaur is 5 meters shorter, 16 feet, than the megalodon, weighing only about 1/4 of the shark's massive bulk. Additionally, its bite force is only about half of the megalodon's, putting it at a significant disadvantage in a raw power struggle. However, the mosasaur does have one advantage that might make up for these physical limitations: maneuverability. Its agility and speed could play a crucial role in this battle, so let's see if it can use these traits to its advantage. As the battle begins, the megalodon takes the role of the aggressor, as it is used to being the dominant force in the ocean, having no natural predators to challenge it. The megalodon's hunting style revolves around sneaking up beneath its prey, using stealth to get as close as possible before launching a swift and powerful attack. The shark spots the mosasaur near the surface of the water, where it is typically seen hunting and feeding. Like most reptiles, the mosasaur needs to surface for air every hour or so, making it an easy target if the megalodon can time its attack correctly. The megalodon approaches silently from below, but as it opens its massive jaws to strike, the mosasaur proves its worth as a skilled predator. Unlike the megalodon, the mosasaur is equipped with defensive traits and a sharp sense of awareness. Being a former apex predator in its own right, the mosasaur has faced off against other dangerous creatures and knows how to fight. With its incredible reflexes and experience, the mosasaur narrowly dodges the megalodon's first attack. The massive shark, taken aback by the reptile's agility, is momentarily confused. After all, the megalodon has never encountered any opponent that could evade its attacks before. Seizing the opportunity, the mosasaur quickly swims away, using its speed and dexterity to put some distance between itself and the megalodon. The mosasaur isn't panicking, however; this creature knows how to survive. It seeks out cover, lurking beneath the water, waiting for the right moment to strike back. The mosasaur's forward-facing eyes, which granted binocular vision similar to that of birds, give it a keen advantage in spotting the megalodon from a distance. While the shark may not have a clear line of sight due to the murky waters, the mosasaur is well positioned to keep track of the massive predator's movements. The mosasaur waits patiently, waiting for the right opportunity to launch its counterattack. As the megalodon closes in, the mosasaur strikes with lightning speed. However, because the megalodon is so massive, its body is too large for the mosasaur to bite into directly. Instead, the mosasaur focuses on one of the megalodon's fins. Despite the megalodon's intimidating size, the mosasaur proves that its smaller, more agile body can still cause significant damage. The megalodon is made primarily of soft tissue and cartilage, meaning that its body is more vulnerable than it first appears. The only hard part of the megalodon is its teeth, which are designed to shred prey but don't offer much protection to the rest of its body. As the mosasaur sinks its teeth into the megalodon's fin, it expects the shark to retreat or perhaps even die from the injury. But the megalodon, despite being wounded, doesn't give up so easily. The sheer size of the shark gives it an incredible advantage, and it fights back with all its might. The mosasaur may have been able to deal a blow, but it's not enough to stop the relentless megalodon. The megalodon is now aware of the mosasaur's position and knows exactly where to strike. At this point, the mosasaur tries to flee, using all of its speed to escape the pursuing megalodon. However, despite its injury, the megalodon is faster and more powerful, and it's only a matter of time before the shark catches up. With incredible speed, the megalodon opens its massive jaws and delivers a devastating bite to the mosasaur. The force of the shark's jaws proves to be too much for the mosasaur to withstand. The battle is over, and the mosasaur is down for the count. The megalodon emerges victorious, once again claiming the title of the undisputed champion of the seas. However, while the megalodon may have won the battle, it wasn't without consequences. The massive shark took quite a beating, more than it had ever faced before. The mosasaur's bite could have caused severe injuries, and depending on how bad the wounds are, the megalodon could bleed out. But if it manages to survive the ordeal, it will continue to reign supreme as the true apex predator of the ocean. Now that the megalodon has triumphed in this epic battle, one might wonder how it would fare against humans. But that, as they say, is a story for another what-if scenario. For now, we can only marvel at the might of the megalodon and its incredible power.